Welcome back. WeArEuS and the sweet, sweet scent, the sweet, sweet taste, the sweet, sweet sound of death is brought to you courtesy of this Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous. Now, as you can see here, we've killed everything. After I finished recording, I spent, I think it took about an hour? Probably. Yeah, probably about that. No, it took more, right? Anyway, I don't know. After I finished recording, I figured, why not give it one more? Just one more. And so I did. But when I came back, instead, I rested. Novel idea, right? Rest, get all of my spells back, reapply all of the original buffs. It worked magnificently. Sela, with her ability to... I don't even know what the name of that spell is.
We will win this war.
With her new ability, Mark of Justice, allows everyone to hit otherwise impossible to hit targets rather easily, which means they die pretty quickly. It's insane, I know, but being able to hit something makes it die. It's crazy how that works. Anyway, I had to use it sparingly, so I had to it was actually disgustingly stupid. I summoned, I think it was all of the medium elementals, water, because you saw how badly wind screwed us over. Wind could be useful when I need an enemy to not be able to hit, or actually damaging the enemy's dexterity also reduces their armor class. I have to remember that. The problem is positioning the wind elemental far enough away that it doesn't affect my party. Anyway, as you can see here, we're pretty low on everything, and our corruption is teetering on level 1. I'd like to get out of here before anything this bad happens again. Oh, goodness. So it's just locked. Okay. Yeah, no, that's fine. It's fine. Present the pass key to unlock the gateway. I've already searched all of these idiots, so none of them had what I needed. There was also another door that needed something like this. I look forward to acquiring it. Two doors. Let's check out the hallway before we do the doors, just in case there's another patrol of augmented soldiers or crusaders. No. Okay. So let's handle these doors one at a time then.
Godspeed.
God dang it.
Defeat is not an option.
Oh yeah, this is... Again? There are 2 succubi and at least 1 incubus in here. Interesting. Well, that was an awful time. Don't know if I'm going to keep that entire thing in there. That was a 20-minute fight. Because no one could hit anyone. Okay. Calling upon your extensive knowledge, you hypothesize that these humming boxes are the brains of the hive of machines around you, and the place where their memory and knowledge are stored. You realize that knowledge of the camp around you is stored and processed in the depths of this machine. It contains information on the workings of the camp's machinery, as well as previous attempts to storm the compound. So that's how that opens. This sounds like there's something terrible up ahead. You need to protect yourself from the harmful psionic field enveloping this door before you open it. Fascinating. Door is shrouded in a magical force field generated by a mysterious mechanism. This one requires a pass key, but I've not seen one. Wait, I didn't see that door before. Okay.
Do not cease. Do not waver.
God, I am actually glad to see one of these guys. They'll die so easily.
will make short work of this. No glory without risk.
You had your chance. You won't survive me.
Weird. That other hit, it did count? Why was it so low?
Press the attack.
Out of my sight. The inheritance. Guide my blade.
Simply business. Endure this.
Finally. God dang it. To make sure I'm looking out for doors because the things can be invisible. Well, not invisible, but they blend in pretty freaking well. Well. Neat. God, this is so boring. Okay, now to explain our situation. We currently have a problem where, well, what happened in the previous fight, which I'm undoubtedly going to cut out because that's just, God, it's just so boring to watch. No one likes tickle fights. The kind that last 20 minutes or more, anyway. But what happened was we lost Aivu, and that's basically all that really happened. They couldn't actually kill us, even without the heals that Daeran could otherwise provide. But they made it their mission to make it as miserable an experience as possible when you came to this place. And they succeeded. I hate being here. Okay, let's get this horrible thing over with.
Escaping from sight. Godspeed.
bright future awaits us. Rely on me.
Let's make this quick.
So, right now all they see is Seela and Mr. Ed, so they should aggro on those two specifically. I mean, I guess we could do this. Guess we'll try those this time. Surprisingly effective.
The light. Take you.
You're in my way. This one's mine. Press the attack. Do not hold back.
The inheritor. Guide my blade.
You won't survive me. Performance is lacking. You are lacking.
Okay, we've got a bit of an issue. Aivu's dead, and I couldn't get to her in time. So right, Great, great, great. You know, before we continue, I will say, life bonding friendship is as much a curse as it is a boon. Because I can't actually resurrect someone who's hanging on by a thread thanks to that ability. Or superpower. It's bad. It's very not good. Anyway, after a coughing fit, the warrior wipes the blood from her lips. Her hand moves lightly, without the artificial stiffness you've observed in the behavior of the other enemies here. But her head has been mutilated in the same way as everyone else's. The top of her skull has been removed, and the thin barbs of the crown she's wearing go right into her exposed brain. Who are you? I am Kara, chieftain of the Blackwater clan. She regards you with proud defiance. There's no trace of the cold indifference in her eyes that you've seen in the other guards. And you, outsider, have assaulted my home and threatened our great mission. You haven't lost your mind like the other occupants of this place. If you don't resist the circlet, it won't smother your mind. It's tough. Tough to feel someone else's will entering your consciousness. Tough to give up freedom to control your body. Like a cold hand sinking into your head, sifting through your thoughts with its slimy fingers. For a moment, her defiant expression fades and you can't catch a glimpse of her disgust and fear. But I readily accepted this fate. I'll gladly endure any torment as long as it brings us closer to victory. Victory for what? Kara's voice rings with zealous fervor. To defeat the demons! We're gathering an army that can march on eyes and exterminate the abyssal spawn. Poor souls like you who wander into our camp become invincible soldiers, only they are capable of prevailing in this war. No mere mortals, not even the gods themselves can stop the world wound, and that means we are mortal kind's last chance. We possess great magical weapons, our bodies no longer know pain, and our hearts know no fear. Our minds are bound by the Master's will and discipline. Cast your blade down at his feet, let him touch you, and you'll join with us as a true savior of Galarian. I guess we can see if she at least has a... Let's at least see what she says, maybe. Hundredface identified you as a threat to the mission. We are executing his command. Your life is unimportant, as are ours. All that matters is the success of the mission. The frick is Hundredface? There's grief in her eyes, but unswerving devotion in her words. The last hope of Sarkoris, a great thinker and strategist. When the demons came and our clan was in its death throes, nobody answered our call. All the other clans chose to save themselves. Our neighbors turned their backs on us, and the gods, even our gods, did not answer, because they were afraid. They hid like cowards. And then Hundredface came, a stranger from Numeria who did not know us and owed us nothing, but unlike the others, he was willing to help. He was looking for allies, desperate people who would agree to anything, people like us. The Blackwater clan rejected the taboos of our ancestors, cursed the traitor gods, and accepted the mage's help. And now, with his aid, we will defeat any foe and save Sarkoris. Let's see. We've been building an army ordinary mortals can't hope to fend off the demons. I will say, they've been a nightmare to go against. So, at the very least, it's partly true. Nothing of this world could give us the power we needed, but Numerian machines, her voice drops to a whisper, are not of this world, and they are capable of so much more than our pathetic blades and meager magic. My tribesmen became the first volunteers in the ranks of Hundredface's army, but not the last. Soon we will purge all Sarkoris of the taint, free our brethren from the demon's yoke, and prove that our sacrifice has not been in vain. realize he turned your entire clan into monsters? We gave ourselves up willingly. We had to. And I was the first to let myself be crowned with a circlet. Yes, it was excruciating and horrifying. When the blades dig into the bone, when the probes sink into the brain, that is when one begins to know true terror. Some surrender to their fear at the last moment. They tried to resist. They begged for mercy. Her gaze turns her gaze turns gloomy. But we would not allow them to bring shame upon us all. I personally placed circlets upon the heads of the doubtful, a heavy, bloody burden that could have only be carried by the clan's chieftain. Given the circumstances, that was a highly commendable decision. Admittedly, it did not provide any practical benefit to WeArEuS, but you're not at fault for that. You performed your duty in full. So you all chose to exist as mechanical puppets. Gara bares her teeth in fury. You would judge us. Have you ever seen demons butcher entire villages, mothers being lashed with whips and forced to run the length of a palisade, their bleeding children impaled atop it? Have you seen demons cut off a warrior's manhood just to mock him or slice the breasts off a brave woman? Have you ever watched a giant monster slowly devour a human being, leisurely, chewing on them while they're still alive? I have, and I must put an end to this. The ends justify any means. Scowling in defiance, she's not even yelling at you, but past you, her eyes distant. We can do this. We won't give up. Whatever the cost, we'll pay it. I need to put Morrow back into neutral. I don't exactly agree with this, but I need to put Morrow back into neutral. See, but the rest of this, no, that's not happening. Not even once. Sarkoris fell long ago. You're all slaves to a cunning mage, killing in the name of a dead nation. Sarkoris has fallen. But how? That's impossible. Hundredface would have told us. There must be survivors. There must be some resistance. It couldn't have happened. Everything we've done. No, it can't have been for nothing. I refuse to believe you. Her heartrending scream is filled with hatred and grief. Sarkoris lives, and so do we. The preparations are almost complete, and soon we will drive the accursed demons back into the abyss. Our poor brethren, suffering under the oppression of the world wound, are waiting for us to come to their rescue, and we will come. We will. What if I just let her go? I do want one she might have in her pockets, though. I want what she has in her pockets, but what if it's not even interesting? I mean, she had a pitiful armor class, died, was the first one to go down. She gives you a crooked smirk, and then her eyes begin to glow. The light grows brighter, blinding. Because you are weak, I will not spare you. My warriors will gather your remains and bring them to Hundredface so he can make you join us. She jumps to her feet in one impossible, unnatural motion as if grabbed by an invisible hand. Her eyes are now ablaze with light. Well, I get what I want either way. Numerian key. Ooh, but I can't equip them. Great. Oh, right.
Oh, skip the pleasantries.
You should still have that one loaded up. God dang it. Okay. I'm going to calmly.
Together we stand.
Smile. The world's not ending just yet. This thing refuses to cooperate. This thing refuses to cooperate.
God. Yeah, that's super fun.
Assist me at once.
Okay.
Is worth the pain. Godspeed.
Smile. The world's not ending just yet.
I must withdraw.
A bright future awaits us.
So Aivu's bugged.
I welcome your company. This thing refuses to cooperate.
Let us press on.
Brought to life by electricity, this machine clearly has the capacity to think. Its acute senses are gathering information from every corner of the camp.
The deed is done.
This machine is like an insatiable but undiscriminating bibliophile, one that greedily absorbs whatever knowledge it can and stores it in its memory.
Our path leads on.
Alright, I'm going to be cutting out a good bit of junk, or at least what I consider junk, from this. From this video because, well, it's obnoxious.
I will help where I can.
Granted, the thing with Aivu, that is partially my fault. I shouldn't have had Lan attack the incubus until Daeran could, well, revive her. That was my fault.
I will see this through.
The half-assembled magical device looks incomprehensible, as it does absurdly unviable. Oh, an Arcana check. Successful. Your knowledge allows you to recognize the contours of a new deadly weapon in the deranged diagram, one based on Numerian technology. So, we don't have Hundred Faces' personal code yet, which means there's at least one more big fight waiting for us. For now, I know there's a door this way that requires psionic protection to get past, so let's not mess with that. That's where we came in. This is where we need to go. God, that took long enough.
Let us press on.
Let's have some fun.
These may end up being easier to deal with.
Into the fray!
Kneel before me. You crossed the wrong model.
They mostly want Seela because she's the one who yoinked the stuff out of the box.
It's your turn to cease to exist.
Yet they're all looking at Greybor now. I mean, I guess that's a way this could go.
Guide my blade!
This one's mine. You won't survive me.
Okay.
Strike as one. You're in my way.
The light! Take you!
Press the attack. Endure this. Attack. You had your chance.
Into the fray!
Retreat is not an option. Make every strike count. Simply business.
Opponent for 100 faces circlet.
We march ahead.
great. There are two instances where I need flaming lockpick fuel.
Missed me already.
A bright future awaits us.
Rules are made to be broken.
on.
Okay. A warrior and crusaders in a crusader's tavern rocks back and forth in a meditative trance. Her mangled head is adorned with the same type of sinister-looking circlet you've seen on the other guards, but she issues no menacing demands for you to surrender 200 faces mercy. Instead, she quietly whispers, "I am a Daeran, embolden my spirit before my death." Hey, are you okay? The warrior starts as if waking up from a deep slumber. She stares at you in surprise. You're not one of Hundred Faces' servants. You don't have one of those accursed serpents. Praise Iomade. I prayed someone would come and help me. Please end my suffering. Okay. How did you manage to resist being possessed? She lets out a pained chuckle. It's not easy. His voice enters your mind, and to defy his commands is torture, but I'm a medium. I'm used to hearing voices in my head. They almost drove me mad as a kid until I learned to quiet them. That's why I joined the Crusaders when I grew up. I prayed for Iomade to help, and she blessed me with the fortitude I needed. That's why I'm fighting, and while I'll keep fighting that scumbag for as long as I can, he's breaking me bit by bit, but I'll stay strong, because as soon as I give up, Iomade, please no. Her eyes widen in fear, and a spark of lightning arcs across the spikes of her circlet. A tear runs down her cheek. I don't want to lose myself. It's terrifying. God, it's so terrifying. The warrior barely manages to fight back a sob. But now you've come, and that means I haven't been holding on in vain. There in that pile of clutter, I hid the relics our squad carried. I was the last, and the others haven't seen the cache, so they couldn't report it to the enemy. Take them all. Relics blessed by Iomade must never fall into the hands of these monsters. Well, we already know her name, don't we? May Iomade watch over your soul. Thank you. I don't want to hear him in my head any longer.
I found something.
The corpse under this sheet is one of the defenders of this place. Their mechanical parts have been roughly ripped out and the flesh discarded like carrion. There's a perception check in the center of the floor. Ooh, lore, nature checks, and a magic device check.
Thanks, Lan. You're so awesome, Lan.
What at first appears to be a patch of rust is revealed upon closer inspection to be an old bloodstain spread across the wide drain.
I have managed.
This machine is used for healing and provides the healer with information about the patient's current condition. Let's not press that button.
The mongrel did it.
The horse has shrunk. The corpse's mutilated head shows that an attempt was made to place the circlet on the victim's head, but they did not survive the agonizing operation.
Thanks, Lan. You're so awesome.
The anatomical drawing, replete with stomach-turning details, sets out how to crown a victim with the sinister barbed circlet. Finally, the question becomes, where do I use this fuel? Okay, let's do this. And then we'll just let one person in here. The contraption before you looks truly sinister, like the entrails of some sort of sea creature. A glinting tangle of ebony tubes connects to a capacious vessel. The bindings, splattered with blackened blood, must serve to hold helpless victims. You notice a piece of scalp stuck between the teeth of the serrated saw. The shiny and impossibly sharp drill is sickening to look at. It's like the machine is sleeping, but ready at any moment to awaken and recommence torture and dissecting living flesh. It appears that this machine is what performed the heinous and disfiguring procedures on the guards that have turned them into puppets. A separate compartment of the machine holds an orderly stack of the nefarious circlets, their metal spikes gleaming. Passing the knowledge of the world check, we see that numerous crystal plates, all no thicker than a hair, cover the inside of each circlet's rim. These plates overlap in an intricate pattern and are connected by a web of grayish metal fibers. Small spheres of cloudy stone that resemble smoky quartz rest against the temples. It's possible that these are what the mysterious master uses to deliver commands to his slaves. Pretty sure we did one, right? I can see it's gray, but it's such a slight difference from the black of leave or these words here that... He'd have to roll pretty low to fail that one. Let's go. Succeeding at an Arcana check, you notice how carefully touching the crystal plates, carefully touching the crystal plates, you analyze the circlet's reactions. Some touches make the circlet vibrate quietly, while others cause tiny storms of lightning to run along the spikes. Even though this contraption was created by adepts of a magic that you're completely unfamiliar with, you are nonetheless certain that it is magical. Basing your assumptions on your knowledge of primary arcane principles, you're able to guess the access keys to some of the simplest, least sophisticated functions and activate the circlet. It seems that this item was crafted through the use of psionic magic. The crown can heighten one's sensitivity to such influences, but it could instead be made to protect the wearer from psionics. Okay. So I guess you could farm a little bit of XP there. Okay, so we now have fuel to open exactly one door. The question is, which of the two that we are aware of will be the one? I have no idea, but I do know this. We're done for today. I hope you guys have enjoyed yourselves and what little of the game I've shown, because I'm probably going to cut out all of the fights. I just can't see any other way to do it. And so with all that said, we will see you next time.
We see